The desire of the federal government to bridge the gap in the training of quality manpower in the nation's healthcare system necessitated the setting up of several universities of health sciences to complement the existing ones. Thus, one of the specialized universities of health sciences set up by the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration in 2021 was the Federal University of Health Sciences, Ilau-Rogun, Osun State. The aim of the government in establishing the institution was to have a specialized university with focus on health, nutrition, and medical sciences. The university is expected to lay a foundation for building national preparedness and resilience in anticipation of future challenges in the healthcare sector while reducing medical tourism abroad. The success of an establishment depends greatly on the foundation laid at its inception. As the saying goes, the morning shows the day. Thus, much applies to Federal University of Health Sciences, Ilau-Rogun. Though a new institution, but the foundation being laid is that of a world-class institution going by the giant strides recorded so far by the university in the last 3 years. The appointment of Professor Akeem Lasisi as the pioneer Vice-Chancellor on the 18th of February 2022 was the first masterstroke by the federal government, as he came to the job well recommended considering his academic resume and wealth of experience as a former CMD of the Lautech Teaching Hospital. He also had the comparative advantage of being an indigene of Osun State with a good understanding of the terrain. His abilities were complemented by the choices of other principal officers that were appointed to work with him in laying a solid foundation for the new institution. Mr. Kasim Baba Male was appointed the pioneer registrar of the university, while Mr. Adelani Oyewole was the pioneer bursar, with Mrs. Buki Ashubiojo as the university librarian. The team had since hit the ground running, as evident in the development of recorded successes so far by the young institution.
These appointments came because some people had seen what I did in Lautech. I think they are related in that way. So when it came, it's a different experience. It's a new place. You want to build a new place. So what do you have to do? And if I look at all the pioneer vice chancellors, at least in Southwest, almost all of them, they are old, and so you just start contact the ones you can see and things like that.
Professor Lasisi, along with his team, were able to interface with the Osun State government, who graciously gave the land for the university permanent sites, a 471.88 hectares of landed property surrounded by the College of Education, Ilau-Rogun, along with 5 temporary structures within the College of Education, were ceded to the Federal University of Health Sciences for a smooth takeoff. The next arduous task before the team was the development of both the university brief and its master plan. Whereas the university brief will give a direction for the institution as exposed in the university vision and mission, the master plan, on the other hand, provides the details about the school's architectural design, situations, and sites of the various university projects, such as the faculty's tenant building, library, amongst others. While tested academics and planners were able to develop a robust brief for the institution, professionals in environmental engineering, town planning, and geophysical surveyors and other specialists were commissioned to produce a functional and befitting master plan for the university. The team, under the able leadership of the Vice-Chancellor, quickly utilized parts of the takeoff allocation to remodel the temporary facility within the college complex to set the stage for the commencement of both operations and academic activities. Thus, necessary facilities like lecture halls, library, laboratory, health center, and administrative building for both academic and non-academic staff. A mini accommodation was also fashioned out for some of the new intakes.
I am to design, coordinate, plan, and organize all the activities that is relating to physical development in terms of buildings, in terms of road infrastructure, in terms of other ancillary facilities like services, electricity, water, and all other aspects of work that brings comfort to students, staff, visitors, researchers, and all the university community as a whole.
As expected, the process of getting quality staff to man the fledgling university was quite demanding, considering the kind of foundation envisioned by the institution. The Vice-Chancellor, as the arrowhead, took the lead in the process by using his goodwill to attract some seasoned and accomplished professors who were headhunted for FUSI, while a deliberate and merit-based parameter was adopted in employing other cadre of the academic staff.
In addition to getting qualified people to apply, I also have gone out to recruit even some of my own teachers who are supposed to be retired. If you look at the provost of the College of Medicine, the provost of College of Medicine is Professor Ilami. Professor Ilami became a doctor in 1978. So he had retired, but he actually was my teacher, pediatrics. He was a pediatrician. Eminent person. People, I am convinced they have impeccable character.
The VC got in touch with me in January. By that time, I was on my terminal leave. So I literally joined the team sometimes in March 2024. But I didn't make it formal since I've not formally disengaged from Obafemi Awolowo University. What was going on in my mind, I saw it purely as call to service. Why? As at 5-6 years ago, we had almost 4,000 Nigerians reading medicine abroad, particularly in Ukraine. And when they now come back for examination by MDCN, we normally find that their performance is very bad, dismal. And I just felt, why should our children be going there when we can teach them here? And it's one of the reasons why I accepted the offer.
Quality non-academic staff were equally employed to enhance the smooth takeoff of the academic activities. Necessary representations were made to the National Universities Commission for resource verification to assess the temporary location and the recruited staff and to ensure maximum standards.
As a professor in the faculty, we have young academics that we need to mentor. So immediately, I resumed as Dean of Faculty of Allied Health Sciences. We put so many things, so many activities into motion so that we can build their capacity. We organized a monthly seminar so that for the faculty, in which case everybody in each department will pick a topic and then talk to people, and we do invite people from within the university and outside the university. Then last year, we had faculty annual lecture in which we invited an international speaker. Dr. Merlin Wickos from Oxford University in UK.
At the end of the exercise, a total of 9 programs were approved for the institution, which include medicine and surgery, medical laboratory sciences, nursing, biochemistry, pharmacology, information and health informatics, audiology, human nutrition and dietetics, as well as microbiology. A highly competitive admission process was instituted to ensure only the very best were admitted into the institution from the very beginning.
I would not compare my mindset right now to my mindset before I entered school. So when I entered school, I actually just thought like university is just schools, just read one thing. But when I came here, that was when I knew that it's actually fierce. You know, you are competing with, even apart from competing, you just have to be the best in everything you are doing. So you are meeting a lot of people in your caliber, a lot of people that are higher than you in knowledge.
What I've been doing before is just minimal to the one I'm facing currently, because there are so many things to take care of currently. So I just have to be more disciplined than earlier. Like, of course, I was disciplined to have this kind of results, but now to achieve greater things, because this medicine and surgery of a thing, it is based on volume, it's voluminous, so you just have to take in a lot of information and to be prayerful to God. God has been guiding me right from my childhood to this stage, so I just pray continue guiding me.
Because we have them coming from different backgrounds, and it also has to do with their selection process, which I mean the admission process. Because getting the best, I think the best were the ones that were admitted, and they themselves knew that they got the admission on merits. And again, the environment where they found themselves, they see how their lecturers, even the members of the management, their comportments.
On the 3rd of March 2023, the university opened its doors to a total of 528 pioneer students across 9 departments, as approved by the National University Commission, NUC. The university further procured laboratory and digital equipment, office and laboratory furniture, library books, journals and furniture, and equipment for the library to ensure smooth running of the institution.
When I came here, for a different reason, I could not believe my eyes. I'll be honest with you. I've been at Ibadan. I joined faculty in 1991. I've been HOD, I've been dean, I've been chairman, and I've been all that. I said, what? In Nigeria? And then my next step was inside it. I was amazed. You're looking at committed individuals. He has a knack for poaching people look at all our sabbatical people. There are people already have big names where they're coming from, leaders in top universities. So he has that knack. There's element of being committed, dedicated, focused, not deceiving yourself, and looking for what you think is the best for reaching where you want to be.
We got our letter February 2022. Immediately, we resumed here. We knew that we could not afford to fail. Because people that put us here, they're expecting too much for us. And with God on our side, we are where we are today.
For a university that had set its goal on excellence right from the inception, a lot of premium had been placed on academic planning and quality assurance. The school had since grown its student population to over 3,000 students, with over 65% of them being females.
I work with the Vice Chancellor and the NUC team to develop academic brief for the university. What are the different sections? What are the academic programs we want to run? How many years do we still need to have the first phase, second phase, and all of that? And we develop what we call academic brief. I also work when they wanted to start admitting students. I was the one that coordinated the establishment of the first 9 programs that they started with. I coordinated how the NUC team came from Abuja to come to this university, the assessment of the programs, and we ensured that we got the approval for those programs to commence.
In academic planning, we try as much as possible to make sure that the curriculum we are preparing is in line with the NUC guideline and the council guideline. We also monitor the graduation requirements and the admission requirements of each program. It must be in line with the NUC requirements, or else there will be issues during the accreditation processes.
One of the things that I'm sure we continue to do is ensuring even the faculty staff, they stay abreast of research, they stay abreast in terms of performance. This university, as young as it is 3-year-old, we've had one of our staff who has international grant, and he won it from here. The recruitment must be conscious of the fact that we're looking for good students. Yes, there'll be pressure of, oh, I have this person who has not passed, but no, that's what leadership is about. Leadership is about, you have to get people to know that there's a direction. And I was not surprised, sometimes, about 4 weeks ago, the student who won the first prize in WAEC this year is a medical student in this university.
As odious as the task of ensuring a smooth takeoff of FUNSI was, the university administration, under the leadership of Professor Akeem Lasisi, did not take his eyes off the ball. With a rigorous dedication it has given to the development of the permanent site. From moving to a virgin land with its team in 2022, the Vice-Chancellor had gone to develop key infrastructure that will place the university on a very sound footing. In strict adherence to the laid down master plan and in line with the mission and vision of the institution, projects such as the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, the University Teaching Hospital, the University Library, and Senate Building were commenced in earnest. Prior landscaping and layout for the institution, as well as necessary access roads, were equally delineated for a functional establishment.
University is not about building. It's about research and training that we get the trainees certified licenses. All of these infrastructural development, the end point is getting accreditation for the students who are going to get trained.
One of the buildings I want to proudly say is the first building fully completed, apart from the building donated by SDG or something, is the library. In fact, anytime we come to the library, the visit would always be so happy with the way the building was being put together. The building is solid, and we moved into this building January this year. The VC gave us the mandate. It was, we must move, and we moved. I think before us, only one unit moved ahead of the library.
Other key projects like the University Health Center, ICT building, College of Medicine, and a multidisciplinary research laboratory were all initiated.
The first thing we must do, laboratory is key. We set up laboratories in all this department. Department of chemistry, you have laboratory. For physics, you need to have laboratory. Microbiology, you have laboratory. molecular biology laboratory. And all the students in the other departments also taking chemistry, physics, biology, mathematics. They must pass through all of this laboratory so that the type of training we are giving them, not just that we are training them as medical personnel, but they must be able to compete, because we have several other universities in the country, okay, and our products can be different.
3 years down the line, it could be rightly said that the groundwork to put the university on the path of excellence had been set. Aside the focus and the determination of the entire management team, the groundswell of support that the university had enjoyed thus far had been quite remarkable. Starting from the federal government, through its agencies like the Federal Ministry of Education, the National University Commission, NUC, TED Fund, Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, amongst others, the Osun State Government, and the host community, Ila-Orogun, as well as the State College of Education, the support have been quite heartwarming.
Giving glory to the Almighty God, when we started, we actually started from the bush. None of us had any office to stay in. The first meeting we had was under one tree, and right from the day we started to think of how do we turn this bush into an environment that will be convenient and conducive for teaching, learning, and research. And when that thought came, the first thing we did was to, on our first visit to Ila-Orogun, was to pay homage to the Orogun of Ila, who at least we believe that once the community accepts us, we should not take for granted the host community.
For Chief Abdulkarim B.C. Akonde, the former governor of Osun State and a prominent son of Ila, his support and guidance can only be likened to that of a proud father besotted to a lovely child, as he had remained one of the strongest pillars for the school.
If I understand I'm speaking on national television, then this will give me an opportunity to say a big thank you to Baba Akonde, not for anything, but for his commitment and support to building the university. This university is most likely Baba Akonde's last child. Apology to Wura. I think Wura is Baba's last child. So she may jealously not want another last child. All these structures you are seeing, from the gates to the road, to the health center, to this Senate building, to the teaching hospital, to the faculties, ICT, library, College of Medicine, all these structures you are seeing, the foundation is Baba Akonde's chest.
Any institution of learning at all needs serenity. And apart from London and Tokyo and a few others, most great universities all over the world are based in rural communities, like Oxford, Cambridge, even Harvard, are based in rural communities. And these in rural communities. And it's only in Nigeria that when you talk of things like this, people will be thinking about Abuja or Lagos or Ibadan. No. There are some peculiarities about the function of a university. It's learning. And learning and serenity are twins. So that's the major reason why I felt the federal government was nice enough to bring the university here, and why I told the VC, when you get to that place, build it in your own image, because I knew he lived most of his life in the university environment. I love learning, and I believe that no nation, can be great without wisdom of learning.
As multiple key projects in the permanent site were being completed and put to good use, it was not surprising that the Federal University of Health Sciences, Ilaragun, decided to roll out the red carpet for guests far and near for the commissioning of 11 of these projects.
Almighty God ensure that every soul, every human being that walks here gets pure.
The consensus of eminent guests at the epoch-making event was that of accolade for the management of the institution, for not only surpassing their peers by being able to move to their permanent site within the shortest possible time, but equally being able to prudently optimize the resources gotten so far to deliver many of the high-impact projects commissioned on the 12th of December 2025.
Today is history making for the commissioning of projects, 11 projects in this new university, which is a record in the history of university education development in this country. We witnessed this commissioning of the Senate building, the library, the ICT center, the entrance, the gate to the university, as well as some notable laboratories, completed in record time and functioning, and with very, very minimum funding. Of course, generous support from TED Fund in particular, and the University Vice Chancellor and his team were commended for efficiency and prudent management of resources. And in a way, it invites tourism for other people to learn how to manage limited resources.
Indeed, the purposeful and dynamic leadership offered by Professor Akim Lasisi at the Federal University of Health Sciences, Ilaragun, Osun State, had laid a solid foundation for the young institution in line with the aspirations of its founding fathers.